Hey fellow book lovers, today's video is going to be an awesome one. I'm going to be talking a bit about how the heck to remember what you read, which is a huge problem, and a lot of people have actually asked me how I actually remember all the books that I read, especially since I read like 4 books at once. So check it out. So in today's video I have 8 tips on how to remember how to read. The very first tip, let's get straight into it, is what usually I do is I underline or highlight the most important parts of what I'm reading. This helps me to remember, internalize what I just underlined. It's a lot better than just reading straight through the book and never coming back to it. That's also another good point is when you underline and you come back to it later, you can remember the important aspects of the book. So that's the very first tip here. The second tip I have here is read at least 10 or more pages per sitting. So make sure you leave enough time, so however long it takes you to read 10 pages, make sure you do that in one sitting. If you can do more, that's great, because if you just read like 1 or 2 pages, you might easily forget that. Plus it takes, about 5 minutes or 10 minutes to actually get into the book. At least it does for me. So reading for 10 minutes helps out quite a bit for remembering. The next tip I have here is write your thoughts and notes at the time of reading. So if you write your thoughts down and you write some notes down, it actually really helps you to internalize the meaning of the book. And then later, like if you want to go and do some further research, which I believe is actually my next point, you can easily take your notes, get onto Google, and then research those points there. Okay, so that was tip 3 and 4, researching. Okay, tip 5 is read at least 2 or more books at one time. Of course, not literally at the same time, but yeah, I mean, usually what I do is I read 3 or 4 books at one time, and they're all from different genres. So I might be reading a non-fiction book, and then I might be reading a marketing book, and the other book might be a fantasy or a science fiction book. So all books have different aspects to them, and it doesn't make it that confusing for me because I can easily switch gears. Another good thing about it is you don't get bored so easily with one book. Maybe at 1 hour you're going to be in a different mood than later on that night. So you want to, maybe after a long day of work, you want to just sit back and relax and read a good old science fiction book. Whereas in the morning you want to, get to work and get your brain working, so you read your business book. That's how it works for me, and it also helps me to internalize and separate my own thoughts. Okay, so that was tip 5. Tip 6 here, I have write a summary or a review of the book after you actually finish it. You can go back and check your notes, check all your highlights, and write a review or summary. Now, that does not mean that you have to publish this review or summary. You can actually just do it for your own good, and then you can go back later and read your own summary and review of the book that you read. This really helps you to keep all the aspects of the book in your mind longer. And if you ever forget, you can always go back. So that's the good thing about that. Tip number 7, if you read the book first, then listen to the audio book next, after you have read the whole book. If you listen to the audio book first, then read the book next, a second time through. So this really helps you to internalize as well So huge tip there. I haven't really taken advantage of this too much, but I mean, you could definitely see the benefits. I've done it once or twice before, and it helps humongously to remember what's inside that book. And the very last tip, tip number 8, is very similar to tip number 7, is after like a few years, your memory kind of fades just a bit. Make sure to reread or re-listen to the book again. Or just pick your favorite chapters, something that you want to refresh your memory on, and do that. So it really helps out quite a bit in remembering what you read. So quite simple video today. Those are 8 tips that I use frequently to remember all the information that I take in. So I hope these tips have helped you out quite a bit. Make sure you subscribe below for more videos like these. You can also check out my other social media accounts. I'm on Instagram, engage quite a bit on there, as well as Facebook. I've got a Facebook page and a Facebook group. You can check those out. I'll put a link down below, and subscribe. Let's keep in touch. Ask me any questions, and maybe if you've got another tip to add to this list, feel free and put it in the comments below. All right, guys, take care, and I will see you next video. Thanks for watching, everyone. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like these. Also follow my other social media accounts such as Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter for more valuable content. Thank you for watching again, and I will see you guys next time.